Hey, what is up, legends? My name is Derek or J Nova, and today we are back. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of lifting, a little bit of powerlifting stuff. I'm going to have some Black Ops 6 gameplay going on in the background. I'm going to change up the way we do this a little bit. I think I'm just going to put gameplay on in the background and then just talk to you guys about my lifts and kind of just the update process like we've been doing. I just want to have the gameplay on the background. Doing it in a live commentary format is a little bit more difficult for me to get my points across and really touch on the things that I want to touch on, especially just with how intricate powerlifting is. So I think this will be better moving forward if we just have gameplay on in the background and just talk our way through the stuff I want to talk about. So today I'm actually going to be combining two of my squat, bench, deadlift days, two of my Saturdays. I had a really busy week this week, so I didn't get a chance to record for last week's SBD day, but today I'm recording this on a Saturday, so I just did my SBD day for this week, so we're technically one behind, but I'm just going to combine them because my bench and my squat peaked last week and my deadlift peaked this week. So what we're going to do essentially is just kind of combine them. That way I can show off all three of the peak lifts. So I'll have some Black Ops 6 gameplay in the background. I just released a video, the previous one to this video, talking about the beta and just my thoughts on it. So if you guys want to go check that out, you can as well. But let's jump into the powerlifting talks. All right, so we will start with last Saturday, not today, which is the 31st. Last Saturday was my squat, bench, deadlift day, and that was my peak week for bench and squat. So last Saturday went extremely well. It was my first kind of, I talked about it last week a little bit, where we started reintroducing some more volume for my deadlift because I was kind of struggling with only doing the real kind of intense lift once a week. So we started throwing in some lighter, like around 405 for some reps, volume for deadlift, just to throw back in and get that heavy exposure for me. So what we did was throw that back in because we previously took it out and it didn't really work. I was kind of just feeling meh with deadlifts in general. It definitely worked. On Saturday, the deadlift it felt a lot better. It just felt better. My hands didn't feel as heavy. It wasn't quite what we wanted it to be, or I guess not what I want it to be. But going into this Saturday, it got a lot better, and we'll get to that in a minute. So we're going to start with the squat, and obviously true to how we always do these videos, I will throw them up on the screen as I'm talking about them, but we started with squats as per usual. And a pretty simple day. I had one top set for one rep, and I ended up doing 475 pounds. 475 with an RPE of 8, so I had roughly 2 reps left in the tank. It felt really good. That's the heaviest. That's my all-time squat PR right now, so that's the heaviest I've ever squatted. It felt pretty damn good. I have no complaints about how my squat is progressing. I think it's really doing well. The movement itself just feels really good, and I felt amazing in that peak week. We've talked about it briefly here and there, but the way this program is designed and how most powerlifting programs are designed is you're strongest in your last week block. So that was my week 4 for squat, so it made sense that I was the strongest then. So it's crazy because you just feel better. Like on my week 1s, for instance, I might just feel like maybe a little unstable, or maybe when you're in the hole you have some quad soreness and that kind of throws you off, stuff like that. All of that just goes away on the peak week, and you just feel great. The movement feels great. Everything about it just feels great. You feel strong. So 475 for one at 8. Really proud of that. That's my all-time squat PR for right now. So moving on to bench, we moved on to some pause bench. I ended up doing 310 for 1 rep, and the RPE on that was much lower than we thought it would be. It actually came in at around 7, so I had roughly 3 reps left in the tank. I'll let you guys watch that one. It flew up. I was very surprised. If you guys, I'm not going to put the audio of that clip in the video, but in the audio of the clip, you can hear me say, like, that shit was easy. I was expecting it to be much harder than that, but my bench, I feel like lately has just made a ton of progress. I've talked about my struggles with the pause motion and stuff like that, and getting it to be smooth, but overall, like these last few weeks, bench has just felt incredible, even up to this week. And I'm not going to touch on this week's bench because it's more of a week 1 kind of thing, so it's not as heavy as I would normally go for like a peak week 4 bench, but it just feels better. Like even my week 1s feel better. So bench in general, I think I'm dialing it in. It just feels pretty damn good. So 310 for 1 at 7. Really proud of that. That's my highest pause bench to date. I think I have probably like around 340 or something like that in me, to be honest. I think that's a reasonable assumption to make. So that would be really cool if I could hit around 340. That would be the most I've ever benched in my life. So I think my touch and go my touch and go PR is like 325, so being at 310 for pause is pretty good. Honestly, I feel like my pause bench might be stronger than my touch and go, at least for 1 rep, just because I can really kind of harness the energy and like get my body into it a little bit more. It just makes more sense in my head, but I don't know. We'll see. I think my pause bench has just felt really good, so I'm really happy with the 310. But that's my all-time pause bench PR right now is 310, so I'm really happy with that as well. So on to deads, and this is kind of the main topic for this video. So like I said, we reintroduced some volume into the last couple weeks, and that really kind of like slingshotted me back into a really comfortable, really strong deadlift. Before, felt super heavy in my hands. The movement itself just didn't feel smooth. It felt a little bit foreign because I was only doing it once a week, with some like stiff-legged deadlifts on earlier in the week, like on a Monday or Tuesday. So we started throwing in, like I said, some lighter volume, kind of like 405 in that range in the beginning part of the week, as well as stiff-legged deads in the middle of the week. And that was helping me just kind of keep that movement just familiar in my mind. And it's just, I think it's more of a confidence thing, if anything. Like my coach said, having more heavy deadlift exposures isn't really conducive with having a better deadlift, at least for most people. But again, like I said, powerlifting is so personal to the athlete that, you know, sometimes things just work for other people. So that being said, that added volume really helped. So last week I did 535 for 1 at 9, and I was happy with it. Obviously my PR being 540, I probably could have gotten 540 if I went for it. So, you know, it is what it is. We were back to where we started. The week before that, I think I did 520 or something like that, and it felt okay, but not great. So here we are. Last week, hit 535, felt pretty good. I was happy with it. Not a PR, but I was happy with it. Fast forward to this week. This week, I was supposed to go for 555. I will be honest, I was a little bit nervous going to this session just because we've only reintroduced the volume like 2 weeks ago. So it hasn't been very long since we reintroduced everything. So I was a little bit nervous. I was very confident. I think I was confident that I could get it. I have a kind of a unique ability to like rise to the occasion for stuff like this. So when I get in that gym and there's 555 loaded on the bar, it don't matter how I'm going to do it. It might be the ugliest rep you've ever seen, but I'm going to get the goddamn weight up. So, so 555, I did that, 555 at 9. It honestly felt pretty easy. I'll throw the video up. You guys can watch it. It looked pretty quick. Like, obviously, there's some struggle in there. It's a lot of weight, but it moved faster than I thought it would. So we went for 565. And I got that shit too. I hit 565 for 1 at 10. That is my new all-time deadlift PR, is 565 pounds. So right now, as of right now, my totals: squat is 475, touch and go bench is 325, pause bench is 310, deadlift is 565. So if you count touch and go, we're at around a 1365, I think, total. If you count pause, we're at 1350. So we are approaching a 1400 total right now, which is pretty fucking crazy for me. I mean, I know, look, obviously the best of the best, the guys that compete at like worlds and stuff like that, are very insanely strong. They're all squatting 800 plus pounds. But for where I'm at right now is pretty much a beginner. I would consider myself a beginner. I've only been doing this for like 6 months now, if that. I think it's the progress I've made has been insane. I've written down everything. I'll go get it. I'll show you guys. Okay, so here is my belt. I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, you can kind of read it. So I started tracking all this around May when I started. So you can see my total in May was 1225. And 4 months later, in September, we're at 1365. So pretty good. Pretty good. It's over 100 pounds added to my total in about 4 months, which honestly I could not be happier with. We've come a long way, and like I said, it all comes down to consistency. I don't think I've worked this hard for something in my life, to be honest, and just seeing the payoff and seeing all the progress really it's great. It's great. I can't complain. I'm interested to see when I start kind of hitting plateaus, because I really haven't. There hasn't been a time where I've gone to the gym and attempted a PR and I mean, I guess there kind of was with bench. I attempted 325 touch and go and couldn't hit it and got 320. But 320 was still a PR, and like I said, bench lately has just been really good. So there's probably some more PRs in the future there too. So I don't know. We'll see. I think everything's just going really well right now, and I have a lot of credit to give to my coach. I think he has, you know, really streamlined the process for me. Being able to go to the gym and, you know, have a plan for you that's crafted for you, that works for you, and not have to worry about like what you should do one day and stuff like that is just, that goes without saying, is probably the most important part of this, because it takes that stress of like programming for yourself. On top of that, sorry, it takes that stress away, but on top of that, it makes it so that someone is holding you accountable. So, you know, there's days where I don't really want to go to the gym, but how am I gonna have? I'm gonna have to tell my coach like I'm just not feeling it. Like that shit doesn't work. So you know, those days where you kind of talk yourself out of going to the gym, having someone that you have to, you know, I send him clips of all my exercise, not all of them, but a lot of, like, especially the compound movements, I send clips of them while I'm doing them. So there's no way for me to, you know, bullshit my way out of it, which is great because it keeps me true to it. It keeps me consistent. And you know, there's not a lot of days where I don't want to go, but like I'm a human. There's certain days where I had a long day at work or something like that, and it's just not feeling it, stuff like that. So I'm really appreciative of my coach and just, you know, the whole process that we've been through. I think it's been great. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. New totals 1365 or 1350 if you want to count only competition lifts. I'm super excited. I think the meet coming soon will be a great experience. I think I'm going to fall in love with it, to be honest, but we'll see how it goes. And I don't really know how I'm going to record it, like a lot of the meet stuff. I probably won't do like a vlog style, but I definitely want to record at least the lifts and show them to you guys, just as an update. And, you know, I don't see this series ever stopping. I'm sure I'm just going to keep recording this kind of content and keeping you guys updated with how my lifting journey is going. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please comment in the comment section down below. Maybe like me, share it with your friends. Hit that notification bell, be notified every time I post a video. And yeah, stay on the lookout for some more Black Ops 6 content. I talked about it a little bit in the last video, but I'm going to record just a bunch of gameplays of it, and that way I can use them even when the beta's not out. So we'll still have some Black Ops 6 stuff to go over and, you know, just have it on in the background. That way it's a little bit more fresh than Modern Warfare 3. But other than that, that's it. See you guys all in the next one. Peace out.